Hello students, in this video let's talk about the parts of circle. So this is a circle and this is middle point of the circle. Okay, this middle point is called center. Middle point of the circle is called center. If we name this center as O, we can write center. What is the center of the circle? O. Okay, now this outer portion, this outer boundary is called circumference. Boundary or outer portion of a circle is called circumference. Okay, now let's join this middle point and one point on the circle. Let us name this point on the circle as as A. This is a point on the circle. We name it as A. Now the line segment AO or OA is called radius of the circle. So what is this? This is radius. Radius is AO. Now these are two another points on the circle, B and C. So what is this? This is a chord. Chord. Okay. If we join 2 points on the circle, point BO is on the circle, point C is also on the circle. If we join these 2 points, we get chord. So what is radius? Radius is the line segment by joining the center and one point on the circle. Center and one point on the circle. But in the case of chord, the 2 points are on the circle. So we can draw so many chords in the circle by joining 2 points on the circle. Now what is this? We know that this is a point on the circle. Let's name this as D. Okay, this is E. So these are 2 points on the circle. D is a point on the circle. E is also a point on the circle. While joining 2 points on the circle, we get a chord. But in this case, this line segment is passed through the center of the circle. Okay, so we can call this line segment as diameter. Diameter. Okay, if the chord is passing through the center, then it is diameter. We can also define this diameter as longest chord of the circle. Okay. So now let us name the parts of circle. Okay. So what is center? Middle point on the circle is called the center. So center is O. Center is O. Now what are the radii? Radii means plural form of radius. So DO is a radius. OE also radius. And the third radius is AO. AO or OA. Okay, now what is diameter? Diameter is DE, longest chord. Longest chord or chord through the center. So DE is the chord through the center. So diameter is DE. Now what are the chords? Let's write the chords here. Chords. BC is the first chord. FG is also chord. DE, this is also chord. Diameter is also a chord. Okay, so DE. So these are the parts on the circle. Now let's take another circle. This is M. Center is M. This point is N, O, P, Q. So M is the center, NO is a chord, MP is radius, MQ is also radius. So this area, this shaded portion, we call this area as segment. So a segment means arc on one side, arc on one side and chord on the other side. Arc on one side and chord on the other side. So this is a segment. This area is called a segment. Now what is a sector? This area is called a sector. So how can we define a sector? A sector means arc on one side and two radii on the other side. Arc is on one side and two radii is on the other side. Two radii on the other side. So here segment is an area enclosed between arc and chord. Is a area, segment is an area enclosed between arc on one side and chord on the other side. In the case of sector, it is a area enclosed between arc and two radii. Okay, so now what is an arc? We studied that this outer boundary is called circumference. A portion of the circumference is called arc. You can see this is a portion of the circumference. So this is an arc. So arc is the portion of the circumference. This is also portion of the circumference. This is also portion of the circumference. So these are arcs.